financial independence even during the new normal. Basically, yeah, I would like to share further insights. Hope you all will enjoy the session. Okay. Before I start, kindly take a quick glance of this disclaimer section. Yeah, just take 10 to 20 seconds, take a glance before I move on. Right, okay. So my name is Raymond Wong. Hi, everybody. Basically, I'm a top wealth planning expert. My honor to be invited by media platforms like national newspaper and also TV programs like Money Week, Hello Singapore, Frontline programs, and also invited as a esteemed speaker for many corporate events. During pre-COVID time, many huge events going on. I have the privilege to share my 2 cents. Even now, I also still enjoy sharing, even not face to face, but at least at the comfort of your home right now, just like what I'm doing with you guys now. So you can still enjoy the whole session without having to be physically attending the big seminar in a corporate world, right? Okay, so myself been in this finance and also financial industry together more than a quarter of century. 26 years old, 26 years, and still very passionate in what I'm doing. I'm an associate director with my firm from one of these biggest and oldest wealth advisory company. And my former life, I was a VP with banks and also a CPA with the big four firms for many years. But still enjoying dealing with crunching numbers. But more importantly, is to help many people out there to help them achieve financial independence. Right. I'm also a chartered accountant, estate planning practitioner. Basically, I can help clients to write a will, a trust, and even set up an LPA as well. So helping clients to do well and also do well myself to be the top 5% advisors in the region and receiving awards yearly. So currently, I have about over 800 clients that I walk along this financial journey with me. Comprising of top professionals, senior management, and many other walks that keen to do well and make their money work harder for them so that can enjoy financial freedom end of the day. Right, just some of my pictures, yeah, the newspaper article that I was sharing, and many more TV programs, also on doing the great event, corporate seminar. I was sharing in a big crowd at NUS, BCA, and many other companies as well during pre-COVID. But now, of course, we have an honor to share over the webinar so that you guys can take away something useful. Okay, and some of my value clients are not exhaustive, so find value. After meeting me, they felt more empowered. So to them, I'm like a financial doctor. Telling them, not telling them which pill is the best, red pill, blue pill, but rather to guide them along. End of the day, to help them achieve financial independence. So that for me, I'm like a navigator, leading them to where they want to be, and they felt more empowered, more confident after meeting me, and enjoying the whole planning process. So that they are very clear and crystal clear the direction they are heading towards to. Okay, so I come from this company called IPP. Basically, IPP is one of the biggest and oldest comprehensive financial planning firm since 1983. Biggest in terms of asset under our care, about 1.5 billion, 600 over advisors and also backroom staff. Add together, we have about 60 over 1,000 clients under our care. Okay, so you may ask, oh, what's the difference between us and other type of advisors out there? So basically, there are three types of advisors. They are like mainly from the insurance company. Secondly, will be from the banks, where my former life, I was with the banks, but more on the financial management side. And last but not least, FA, financial advisor like us. Okay, the first two mainly insurance company or banks, they work mainly with one company. So basically it's one company product. So with due respect, one company may not be best in everything. So for us, we are the third type. the licensed financial advisors. We can work with A to Z companies, basically, including big boys like NTUC, Aviva, FWD, AIA, the list goes on. Okay, in terms of fund houses, we are spoiled with choices as well, close to about 1,000 fund houses, that including JP Morgan, Fund Smith, and Schroeder, and many others. And banks is also our counterpart in terms of mortgage and also mortgage protection to protect their risk as well in terms of the bank liability, so that they do not have to worry of the finances. Right, okay. So at one stop point, basically, we can help clients to do all the research. So what's the advantage of meeting us compared to, let's say, meeting to individual different companies, advisors? As in one stop point, we can, number one, do all the research for our clients. We save them a lot of time, number one. Number two, they get less confused, because after meeting 3 to 4 consultants out there, they become very confused and a lot of time spent. So it's a financial jungle out there. So over here, we can, as mentioned, we can work with all the banks, investment fund houses, insurance companies, and even professional service to do will, LPA, and trust, for instance. So we have a full 6-step financial planning process and in-house team that do all the research for investment and also for insurance products. And under one stop point, we will do and draft a proper financial roadmap for our clients. So, so they know what direction they are heading to achieve their financial goals. Okay, so basically we are professional, helping clients to make useful financial decisions, and we are not salesmen trying to sell them things that they not useful to them. Right. Okay. So back to today's topic. More importantly, okay, why is growing our wealth to achieve financial independence important area? Something that many of us cannot neglect. Okay, as you can see, the life expectancy in Singapore and even other parts of the world, especially around Asia region and in Singapore, the life expectancy typically for male can live up to around 82 years old, and 30% having reaching 82 can even go beyond 90 and so on. And for ladies, about average age of lifespan is about 85, right? Okay, so 40% may even go beyond. So like my granny passed on around 103 years old. So everyone not so sad, but in fact celebrated for her because she has lived so long. So that's the good news. But not so great news is, do we have enough finances? Do we have enough resources to take care of us as we live longer? Right. Okay. So through the actual statistics, so number doesn't lie. Basically, in Singapore and many parts of the world, especially in Asia, most felt they only need their retirement funds can last for about, let's say, 10 to 20 over years, right? Okay. But however, in the real fact, they can only last half of that, close to about 10 years. So if that's the case, that's pretty alarming for everybody, because what happened to the rest, the remaining of the 10 over years? Where's the financial resources going to come from? Okay, so that can be a big concern. Okay, so why people are concerned about their retirement nowadays? Because the good thing is, after retiring, let's say in their 60s or so on, they can enjoy more time with their loved ones, their friends, and their family. Go holidays anytime they want, anytime they want. However, of course, during now new normal, we can't really travel a lot. But I believe time to come when the thing reopen again, everyone get to enjoy their holiday again, back to the holidays, vacation days. Okay, and probably they got new hobbies they want to pick up. They have a second business that they may want to do all along, something they're very passionate, but they did not have a chance to do so. So that can be something that inspired them the day they stop work or the day they semi-retire or retire. Okay, but the concern is as we age, typically our health may deteriorate. So that can be a concern. Whereas how to take care of this medical care and financial hardship and rising costs is a concern, about 62%. And not enough to provide for all these expenses and healthcare, make up of about 65%. So what have people done so far? So through study, only about 30% have done the proper financial or retirement planning to address all their needs in future, right? Okay, so pretty alarming, about 70% have not even done sufficient planning. Worse still, about 37% of them live day by day. So that can be a big concern because the day we stop work, definitely we cannot let nature take its course, rely on government to take care of us, unless we are the bottom 5% in terms of financial difficulty. So, but it's tough just to rely on that. So definitely all of us, we need to do our part so that even the day we stop work, we can enjoy much more without having to worry of future finances. Okay, so back to these three very important questions. Have everyone done their retirement? Okay, started planning. Even if you are young and not retiring yet, it's definitely good to plan early than later, so that you can make your money work much harder, start growing your money, and address these concerns. So you can have much more in the day you stop work. Okay, do you have enough savings in your CPF to last throughout for your golden years? So CPF definitely can be part of the retirement tools, may not be the only tools. There's later I'll show you there are many ways to complement CPF Life and CPF. And so what is the plan to replace your current income, your active income? Okay, after which. So basically, four important factors when we talk about financial independence, we need to consider. Number one, what's the age you like to retire? Okay, some say tomorrow if they strike a toto, just kidding. So definitely you should have a goal in mind around what age so that we can plan ahead, and not by then we're going to scramble for resources. Then it will be much tougher to retire if that's the case. And how much paycheck do we need the day we retire? Every month, how much we like to have, as if we are still working, but probably based on our retirement needs, how much we need every month. Okay, and how long will this retirement nest egg? So that it's like driving on the road, we have enough fuel to last us throughout. You will not have to worry the car will stop, the fuel will run dry halfway. Okay, and inflation rate is a concern also. Just yesterday news, I believe it averaged throughout the last 30 to 40 years about close to around 2.5%. So even if we do nothing, let's say put everything in sitting in the bank account, we have almost negative 2.5%. So it's good definitely to overcome this inflation factor. Okay, so back to $1 million question. How much do I need to retire and to be retire ready? Okay, help me guys out there. Can you type in the chat box how much you like to have the day you stop work? Let's assuming average age about 65. Everybody can get to enjoy their golden years, or semi-retire, or by then just to look forward for their golden years. How much do you all need? Let's say average. Maybe you can type in the chat box. Right. Okay. Very good. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I see 1,005 from Yuan Ling, or even 4K, 5K. Okay, Vincent 4K, right? Okay. Sei Chong 3K, and the rest about 4K and so on. 3K, 1K, 6K, and 2K. Okay, very good. Right. Okay. Okay. So okay, very interesting. Let me just go back to my slides. Okay, we'll take an average of, let's say, 3,000. Okay, so if you want more, if you would like to have 6,000 every month, just times 2. Okay, if you want 5K, it's just pour it accordingly, right? Okay, let's say assuming the average age of today's audience, average age is about 45, mid-40s. They like to work until mid-60s, typical retirement age for Singaporeans, about 65 or so on. Okay, so let's say you want to have 3,000 every month, okay? And based on inflation, minus 2.5, because inflation is eroding our money, so become negative, smaller and smaller. Okay, if we have our assets putting something that make our money work harder, growing our assets, as I said, not everything put into normal bank savings. Of course, normal savings have a role to play. That's for your rainy day money, let's say 6 months or beyond. anytime you can withdraw the money, okay, but not so much to grow the money in that aspect. So if at least all your assets can curb the minus 2.5 inflation, okay, the person will need about based on 3K today, inflation, due to inflation, the 3K will become 5,000 in 20 years down the road, okay? You need about 1.2 million, okay? So that will last you throughout for your lifetime, okay? So if you need 6,000, you need about 2.4 million. And 5K, you probably need about close to 2 million and so on. Right, okay. So by definition, what do we mean by financial independence? It simply means your home is fully paid. No more big commitment, no more mortgages. The biggest ticket item for most Singaporeans is buying a home. So by then you should have a fully paid home. So you do not have to worry of your any of this liability. Okay. And not only that, to have a monthly passive income that can last you throughout the lifetime. No need to worry of your future income. Imagine this, every month your paycheck coming in 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Even when you stop work or you slow down, you do not have to worry of your finances. Okay, so 1.2 million could looks like a huge amount to many, but fret not. Basically, more importantly, I would say is the income. So you grow your money. So every month, you know that there's about 3,000 coming in, day in, day out, or every month. So you do not have to worry of your future income. So what you can do is plan ahead. So if you are here, even younger ones, the time is on your side. So you can start smaller, even you do not need a huge amount of money. I do understand many may have other family commitment, finances, or other areas to taking care of their bills and so on. But you can start small and within your comfortable savings and budget. As we grow, you can slowly enhance that. And so that the day you stop work, you have enough to last through your retirement age. So even those they may ask, oh, I'm already close to 60 or so. Can I still do something about it? So the answer is definitely yes. Better now than never, lah, so to speak. So basically, everything will begin with a baby step so that you can have a much better future ahead. Okay. Right. Okay. So when we talk about financial planning, it's always retirement financial planning is always about these three scenarios, whether we like it or not, right? Okay. So basically, what does it mean? Okay, it means number one scenario, if everything goes well, the person is being of health, healthy, reaches 65. Like what I just shared, let's say he or she wants 3K a month, which is about 5K the day he reached 65. There's about 1.2 million to last him throughout the 20 years. Okay, if everything goes well, if he or she lives longer. Okay. Second scenario, what if the person cannot survive? Now COVID, it can be you, me, or another person. Any one of us can got this COVID, right? And touch wood, may not be able to survive. So what happens then? Sometimes can be the husband, sometimes can be the wife, sometimes can both husband and wife, unfortunately. Okay, or even due to accidents, both may not able to wake up the next day. Okay, what happened then? So one of the couples that not able to survive will cause the whole household to have a 50% pay cut. Okay, so if both not working, it's like 100% loss in income for the loved ones and the family, even for the younger ones. So what happened then? Do you have enough income and life protection to take care of you and your family as if the paycheck still ongoing for the next 10 years or so? Okay, if 10 years, based on 100K income, it will be about 1 mil. If you're earning 50K, maybe about half a mil, and so on and so on. Okay. Third scenario, what if we are not well in between? So that's just like two of my clients, high flyers, all along. I cannot imagine they will fall sick because they look perfectly healthy to me. Unfortunately, this year, two of these high flyers, they are ladies, got cancers. So what happened then? So fortunately, they have an income protection to take care of them at least for the next 5 years. So with that, they do not have to worry. They need to stress up or go back to workforce tomorrow because, treatment, all this takes time to recuperate. And so they can take their time. If they have extra resources, coming from income protection paid by the insurance company. They do not have to worry for the next 5 years. Okay, slowly they can go back to workforce when they are fully recovered. Okay, and they do not have to worry of their big ticket item like mortgages. If you have a good mortgage protection, so that your biggest ticket item is taken care the day you can't stop work because you are not well, or worse still, if you cannot survive. So all these three scenarios play a part. If you survive, is it enough to last throughout the golden years? If you are not well, is it enough to take care of you and your family? And what if you don't survive? Is it enough to take care of your dependents and your loved ones? And do you have a proper estate planning like will and trust to take care of all your hard-earned savings to give to the proper person, to give proper control to your loved ones, to your children as well, so that they may not be left in a jeopardy, so that they can receive money progressively and not receiving a lump sum. Because young children receiving money a lump sum, they may not know how to handle the money. Okay, right. So CPF life, is it enough in that case to take care of retirement? Some may say, okay, I have CPF life. Is that the only resources? Would that be sufficient for us? That's a very good question. Okay. Basically, as you can see, since minimum sum started since 2003, started with about 80K. They slowly grow, average about 5K every year. So now 2021, about 186K is the minimum sum amount. Okay, so I can imagine next year another 5K and 5K and so on. Right, okay, let's say assuming the person at 186K hitting the minimum sum at age 55, then 10 years later, this 186K will start to pay you for lifetime from your CPF life, okay, on a monthly basis. For some, they felt, okay, I don't want to leave so much behind CPF, so at least I can withdraw the money the day I stop work or after 55. So they can do so if they use their property to pledge as part of the CPF life, so that they only need to set aside the basic sum, which is 93K. So the rest, they'll pay them for the rest of the lifetime. The balance they can withdraw from their CPF if they hit their minimum sum, and pledge 50% of the CPF life amount. Okay, so based on the CPF life payout now, let's say 186, what they call full retirement sum. Every month, let's say there are 3 plans, whether you select a standard plan, an escalating plan, or a basic plan. Okay, most, if they have no dependents, or their dependents who have been independent by then, they may choose a standard plan. Okay, if you don't choose any plan, by default, CPF board will choose a standard plan for you by default. So what's the difference? Okay, let's say 186K, you receive about 1,420 every month based on 186K. Okay, at 55 amount to lock in 10 years, 65 you receive around 1,400. Okay, if you select a basic plan, so that touch you, anything happen to you, a little bit more will go to your loved one, to your whoever is your beneficiaries, right? Okay, but you probably get about $100 less or so. Okay, so this day is, if you don't mind, at least slightly lesser, but leave behind more for your loved ones. Okay, escalating plan is they start low, let's say 1,180, slowly, gradually they'll increase maybe 2% every year. So probably to hit this amount, take probably close to a few years to up to 10 years. Okay, so by then, after that, they will increase and overtaking this minimum sum amount, this monthly income amount. So so far more popular, I would say, either standard or basic plan if they have loved ones to take care. Right, okay, so not all have a lot of CPF. For some cases, some could be self-employed, some could be like driving taxi, they may not have a lot of CPF contribution, or they are own business and so on. Okay, so they may opt for basic retirement sum if the CPF is lesser. And for some also, most of the cases, a lot of money has gone into the housing, so may not have a lot of CPF left. So most of us is it could be in Singapore, could be asset rich, but maybe cash not so rich. So that's the thing. So in that sense, if they are less than that, the monthly income, they will have even lesser. So probably half of that, so 170 for standard plan compared to a full retirement scheme. if you have an enhanced retirement scheme, a lot of CPF sitting in there, and you don't mind setting aside to go for the enhanced scheme, you can opt for ERS, enhanced retirement sum. So you probably get about 2K a month based on today's minimum sum. Only thing is once you put in, it's non-reversible. So you have to lock in for the next 10 years until 65. And for the rest of your life, they'll pay you every month after which. Okay, so not all like this, but some they don't mind if there's a lot of CPF sitting in their account. Okay, so even these great economists felt that based on this question, is retirement based on CPF savings, is it alone, is it sufficient? Well, he said, think again. So basically, as mentioned, most of us, the CPF may have gone to the housing, some may not have a lot of CPF, and even you have a full retirement scheme, would that be sufficient based on 1,004 every month? Okay, so fret not, we address the question, after which, what are the options out there that can help you grow your passive income, grow your retirement income? Okay, so why inflation can be a silent killer when we talk about retirement, even we don't do anything to our finances? Because very simple, just look at the price of a cup of coffee. Okay, now one cup of coffee probably close to about 170, 180, just at a normal coffee shop. Okay, we are not talking about the atas coffee at Starbucks coffee bean that it probably costs you about 3-4 times more. Okay, so normal coffee $1.80, $1.60 or so on. Okay, 50 years ago, 1970, it's only 25 cents. So as you can see, it's about 6 times more compared to 50 years ago. Same cup of coffee, but the value of money has dropped, okay, has devalued. So if we don't do anything about our savings, our money, technically our money also will shrink, become a negative value, negative return every year, okay, because there's a risk called inflation risk, even if we don't do anything to grow our money, right? Okay, so very simple, based on this example, if I have $1 today, let's say based on average about 2 to 3%. Okay, let's say take it in the event you inflation grow to 3%. Okay, today's $1, 20 years down the road will become 55 cents. Okay, almost half of the value of today's value. So beware of inflation. Inflation is definitely a silent killer. Yeah, just like what I have just shared with you. Right. Okay, so what can we do for our resources? Okay, so I like to use this analogy, just like playing a soccer game. Okay, everybody would, if you want to be more defensive, everything put into a normal bank savings account. But in the real fact, you can't have 11 defenders or 11 goalkeepers. Then you will never win a game in a soccer game. Okay, so you need to have some midfielder, maybe moderate risk, and some maybe the part that you like to grow more, even further, you can be strikers. But on the other hand, you cannot have 11 Lionel Messi or Ronaldo. Basically, you can have all strikers, 11 strikers. Then at the back of your game, you're also in trouble. Okay, so similarly for our finances, okay, for all different asset class, it's good to diversify. So money that you need to draw today or draw tomorrow within the 6 months, for rainy days, emergency funds, you can keep in normal savings account or fixed deposit. But like what we have just learned just now, inflation may into this, so it become a negative return. So not everything into savings is most ideal. Some you can grow through maybe moderate savings with better return potentially, let's say in insurance, retirement, some in the CPF, some in the bond funds. And the part you want to grow even further, you can go into investment like equity funds. Some may be very good in stock and shares. Some can be put into unit trust and other investment portfolio. Some could be buying property, but property is a big ticket item. So before we do that, we may want to consider our finances. What is the best way of growing our money? What is the right assets that meet our risk profile and appetite? Okay. So very simple. Let's say how long it will take to grow our money. Okay, using this very simple formula by the genius Einstein. Okay, just simply, let's say I have 10,000 today. I like to grow to 20,000, double up. How long will it take? Okay, imagine I have a normal savings, let's say normal instrument that give me 2%. Just 72 divided by 2. It will take me about 36 years to double up from 10K to 20K, right? Okay, what if I put in normal fixed D 1%? Okay, nowadays even 1% hard to come by. The day I just walk past and check, the banker asked me, okay, I understand the fixed D rate is about 0.5 to 0.7% maximum nowadays. So even less than 1%. And inflation, we are talking about 2.5%. So nevertheless, if let's say it's a 1% overall for our assets or savings, it will take us about 72 years. But imagine if you are 40 or 40 plus, you need to be a centurion or more to enjoy your asset. So not all of us are beyond a centurion. Unfortunately, we cannot see our money take so long to grow for 72 years. Okay, so good, definitely to make our money work harder for us. Okay, so we can enjoy earlier than later. Right. Okay, so you may ask, what are the good investment strategy out there in that case? Okay, very simple. Basically, when we talk about investment, there's this thing called DCA, dollar cost averaging. Okay, what I mean by that, I will show you now. Okay, basically DCA or dollar cost averaging, some call it regular savings plan. It's just simply putting a fixed amount into an instrument or investment plan regularly, can be monthly or quarterly, faithfully, regularly, very disciplined, with a lot of discipline, need not time the market basically, so that in the event this strategy may reduce the risk over mid to long term. And also typically this can be used for equity investment or equity funds. Bond fund, not so much, more on the equity funds to use a dollar cost averaging strategy, okay, to grow over time. So by doing so, this can smoothen the fluctuation. You know, market is not a straight line, investment is not a straight line, although it can be an upward trend, right? Okay, so by doing so, even market goes down, just like the little picture down here, we will not be like a yo-yo. Market go down, oh wow, some of them cannot sleep, drop 10 cents, can't sleep well at night. So emotionally, we are all humans that may be affected by the drop in the investment sentiment. But over long run, this strategy works. It will take away this emotion from your equation. So long term, you can grow your money, grow your investment without being affected emotionally. Okay, looking at these two examples, it can tell you clearer. Basically, let's say an investor putting into fund A and fund B. Okay, why dollar cost DCA works? Because let's say the person putting 1,000 every month, assuming $100 today. If the price goes up, $100 to 102, 108, all the way to 124 eventually. Okay, so everything goes up, of course, the person will make money. So basically, from 12K, it goes to about 13.4K. So he makes about, he or she makes about 1,004. All right, okay. But on the other hand, let's say fund B. So in the real investment market, it may not be straight line all the way up all the way. That's in the perfect world, ideal scenario. What if the price go down $100? Wow, drop to 80 plus, drop to 70 plus, but eventually grow back to 80 to $100 again. Okay, using this strategy, $1,000 every month. Okay, in fact, price drop is good for you. It's like a Shopee sales, Lazada sales. You can buy more units. Okay, so eventually price go up, you gain as a whole. So from 12K, the investor has gained about 3,003 profit. Okay, because even when price go down, he or she can buy more unit, and overall he makes through this strategy without having to time the market. So it's about time in the market and not timing the market. Okay, when we talk about investment. Okay, some may ask, okay, so dollar cost averaging works. What if I have a lump sum? Let's say I've got 100K sitting in the bank, lazy money, not doing much for us. Can I also invest? So definitely, you can even do a combination of a lump sum, let's say 100,000. Let's say you got 1,000 every month, for example. You can do the two strategy, a combination of both. Okay, let's say using that 100K and 1K per month. Mr. A, let's say instead of putting something that give 1%, after 24 years, he or she will earn about 450K. Instead, let's say he has a 6% kind of return on average from his investment. He can grow to a million, more than double of what he or she will be getting. Okay, basically, this is how the strategy works. So if you have a lump sum, if you are fearful of the investment market, okay, some may ask, wow, the market seems high. Can I don't do one big lump sum? Can, obviously, you can even split into tranches. Maybe you can put X dollar amount today, another Y dollar amount after the price has corrected and so on. Let's say you're using a lump sum, or if you use a rebalancing strategy, that helps as well, which I'll explain a bit further. Okay, basically using dollar cost averaging, that works well. You do not have to time the market, but a disciplined way of growing your money. Okay, so some may be fearful that they have that causes them and never invested before. Okay, so it's just like you like this famous and your favorite chicken rice. Is unfortunately this store is across the road, but because you are fearful of crossing the road, you miss out this mouth-watering, very yummy, delicious chicken rice. So with that, do you want to lose out this opportunity? So okay, compared to, let's say, another person, he take calculated risk. Okay, he watch out for himself, eventually cross the road safely, and you get to enjoy this plate of nice chicken rice. Okay, similarly, let's say when we talk about investment, even to many investment guru out there, it's not about short-term games. It's not about quick bucks. So if anyone tell you they can help you make money, double up, triple up overnight, okay, you better think twice lah. Something too good to be true, it probably is. So basically, investment, the risk of losing will reduce. Let's say the person only got 12 months to invest. Typically, the chances of losing is about 27%, compared to if the person has longer, let's say 5 years, 10 years, or even more, the risk of losing has dropped to 4%. So if you put into some quality investment, quality funds, the chances of growing is definitely much, much higher. Not saying short term you cannot grow, just that your risk will drop in terms of market volatility. So go for mid and longer term, that's the way to go. Right, okay. So it's always about not timing the market, but rather time in the market, how long you can stay invested. Okay, let's say even for this many crises that occur, okay, a lot of people felt, okay, they will lose money when crisis happen. Okay, look at this. Okay, 1997 Asian financial crisis, or year 2000 dot-com crisis, bubble burst, 2007 subprime, Lehman Brothers, and the latest COVID global pandemic crisis. Okay, what happens? Although it dipped, and the market pick up again, in fact, all-time high. So from the last 30 to 40 years to now, as you can see, it may not be exactly a straight line, but definitely is an upward trend in terms of global stock index. Okay, so long term, if you can stay invested, the upside into some quality funds, the upside is definitely higher. Just like what the investment guru Warren Buffett said, when everybody is fearful, he become more greedy. So he's putting more investment, and he's definitely going for long-term investment. It's not going for short-term game. So that's the strategy to grow your money, to put into a good investment, to let it grow over time. All right. Okay. So the other strategy for investment is what we call asset allocation and portfolio rebalancing. Okay. What do I mean by that? Okay. Very simply, let's say based on your risk appetite, if you can be conservative, moderate, aggressive, or more aggressive. Okay, let's say if you are more the conservative or moderate investor, you could put more bonds, maybe 60% bonds, 40% equity. Equity like stock and share potentially can grow more. Bonds will be less volatile and stable, but overall it gives you a good mix of both instrument and asset classes. So if you are more aggressive, you can put more into equities, let's say 80% equity, 20% bonds, and rebalance along the way. Okay, so rebalancing simply means, let's say if Miss A have this portfolio that put into these funds, let's say 4 funds equally. Okay, eventually maybe yellow fund has grown and the blue fund has dropped and orange fund has dropped. So it may not be proportional to the original investment risk appetite. So by rebalancing, doing so, you will not deviate from your risk appetite. Let's say you are moderate, you'll be back to moderate. You are aggressive, you'll back to aggressive. Okay. The other advantage of rebalancing is if market picks up, you may like to put a bit more equity so you can grow potentially more. Market come down, you may like to be a bit more defensive to protect or to reduce the market volatility, to put into more bonds, more fixed income. So that's a strategy that works as well for rebalancing. Right, okay. So back to a very important question, you may ask, okay, then how you can create more passive income even during time like this? How can you achieve financial independence? Okay. Yes, there's many ways to skin the cats. Here are just some of the good options that I can share with you. But of course, different strokes, different folks, different strokes, we can customize accordingly based on your need and your financial goal. So at the end of the day, you can more and enjoy much more to achieve financial independence, right? Okay, so option one will be like a good portfolio investment, okay? So through some of the good exclusive portfolio investment, we do have some curated funds that managed by super fund managers and managed professionally. And it covers a wide range of asset classes and also globally. Okay, so with due respect, Singapore is great, but we are just a little red dot nevertheless. So there are big super boys or big boys like US, China, their economy can be faster and bigger. So we may want to take advantage of some of the bigger countries and economy to diversify. So not putting all eggs into one asset classes, right? Okay, so the benefit of investing in such an investment exclusive portfolio includes the client can actually access some of the auto rebalancing feature if he or she wants, like the one I just shared with you, help you to rebalance on a regular basis, right? Okay, and not only that, you can enjoy some of the top tier funds like Jeff Bezos, Amazon, Elon Musk, Tesla. So these are the top tier companies, and PayPal, Microsoft, Zoom, Netflix, so Tencent and so on. Basically, these are the top tier companies that we may not be easily able to access, but through the platform, you do not need a huge amount of money, but you get to enjoy this investment, which may not directly available through normal unit trust platform and not even available from normal bankers from all these exclusive funds. Okay, and so you can enjoy your investment to well diversified into country like US, stronger European country, Asia, good sectors, technology, healthcare, and consumer. The way to go, the way we look at it now, technology, new normal, everybody will be very emphasizing on new normal. A press of a button, just like now. Can you imagine 10 years ago, the Grab food to send to the doorstep of your house so you can enjoy the food and no need to go downstairs to even tapao or buy your food. So Netflix, you can enjoy movies at your home, no need to go to theater to watch. So everything has been moving very swiftly, very fast. So besides technology, healthcare, for obvious reason, COVID, everybody want to have a better immune system, want to boost up themselves with good supplements. And consumer goods, whether good time, bad times, you still need to spend. Okay, right? So it's investing into good quality investment and sectors and countries, and with potentially even the past performance, some hits more than double digit. Of course, we are not saying performance for investment can never be guaranteed, but at least into quality investment, the chances are to grow your investment, grow your fund is much better than some of the funds out there, right? Okay. So we'll create a portfolio, again, like what I shared, based on your risk appetite, moderate, aggressive, or more aggressive, and so on. If you are using dollar cost averaging, you can be more aggressive, right? Okay. If it's a lump sum, it can be moderate or aggressive, depending on your risk appetite. Right. Okay. So just a sample of our top tier funds. Example, one of the funds that not easily available from the normal platform. Okay. Black will denote the performance. So for the last decade or so, yes, achieved double digit, whooping 18%. Of course, we cannot say investor with 18% guarantee. Investment is never guaranteed. Anything that beyond 3-4%, I would say, will deem as a non-guaranteed investment. Okay, and potentially even the past performance, let's say, if can grow anything beyond 8% or 6% and so on, that can beat our inflation easily. I mean, for me, I'll be very happy just to overcome inflation. Anything extra, 6-8% and beyond will be a bonus to me. Okay, so into top tier good investment for this particular fund, for example, even beat the global world index. Okay, global world index also on the upward trend, but this fund do even better for the last decade. Of course, some may argue, okay, I just put in bank rate, low risk or no risk, but not neglecting there's this thing called inflation risk that I advocated a couple of times. So your money will still shrink whether you like it or not without doing anything. Okay, by using some better investment, that's one way to go. Okay, and through this investment plan, okay, it's pretty flexible, not like some savings endowment plan. So basically, not only that, let's say for the first 18 months investment, if I put it in, just an example, there are many plans. This one of the very good plan. For example, let's say the person put in 1K every month, you get extra bonuses. Let's say 2007 for the 3 years. Total, you get additional 8,003, even before any profits has kicked in. Okay. So you can leave behind this one for the future, let's say 15 or 20 years down the road. So you can have something to look forward for his retirement, for his kids' education. Kids' education doesn't come cheap. So that is also an area that's good to plan ahead. And in between the green color, he or she can withdraw, just like your ATM, anytime you can withdraw in future if you need the money, or just let it grow if you can. So you can compound this of return, just like the world's 8th wonder, which is compound interest, to help you double or multiply the growth of your investment. Okay, so by doing so, this can be one strategy. Just by putting in, let's say, example, 1,000 can be lesser or more, depending on your comfortable budget and needs, and grow over time into quality investment. So that can be one good strategy. Okay, what's the other strategy? Let's say option 2, if you like a guaranteed income, a regular passive income for the rest of your life to beat normal savings, low interest, or at least to complement your CPF life beside the investment in option 1, you can consider a plan like this as well. Let's say Mr. A has 100K, can be any amount, can be less than 100K, can be more than 100K, example, just using 100K as an illustration. Right, okay, 100,000, let's say I put in today. After 4 years, I can receive 3,005 for the rest of my life as a passive income. Okay, so if I put 100K into bank fixed D, I probably get less than 1,000 or few $100 a year. So that can be multiplied or multifold by doing so, reallocating our assets or resources. Okay, so some like the idea of leveraging as well. Let's say I got 100K or more, but I don't mind using the power of leveraging. So interest rate is all-time low now. Good for financing, good for loan, but not so good for deposit. That's what we just went through just now. So some they may maximize so that they can have potentially more income by doing so. At any time, they can redeem the plan if they want to pay out the financing. But otherwise, just like when we buy property, we may let bank pay for the rest of the outstanding balance. So take advantage of the low interest rate, and the balance we use our cash for the deposit or down payment typically. Right, okay, for this plan, let's say I got 100K example, pay me about close to 3,005 for the rest of my life. After 4 years, I just need to put in, after 4 years, I'll start collecting. So passive income for lifetime. Okay, so this can be complementing your CPF life. This for some developed property, some they don't want to put in so much into a property, a big ticket item that is not liquid, they can put into something like this. For example, giving them 3,005 every year, they do not have to worry about additional stamp duty. That's number 1, unlike property. Number 2, so property has a lot of hassle. You need to look for tenants. What if the tenants left, or what if there's a lot of issue, middle of night call you to fix your rented house? So that could be a lot of hassle as well, beside all the stamp duty, taxes as well that you need to take care and worry of. And to dispose of brick and mortar is also not so easy. Okay, so basically this can be alternative lifetime stream of income. Let's say maybe 20 years down the road, the person want to encash, you can get projected, let's say about 120K. He already received, let's say 50K in the bank account. So total about 1.7 times more than what he or she put in. Probably he doesn't want to take it out. He want to continue enjoy this lifetime income. He can receive as long as he wants, even up to 100 years old. So total, let's say at age 85, you receive 120K in the bank account. And if you ever want to encash, you still can. So close to about 3 times add together, about 300K. Okay. So if the person never take it out, he got some other means of passive income, he can let it grow as long as he or she wants to grow a bit more interest if he wants to. So it can be up to 3 to 4 times at his old age. Okay. So what happens if anything happened to him or her? So this lump sum of money, or there's a death benefit as well. Not a lot, maybe 10 to 20% more. This will go to your loved ones, so that your loved ones will also enjoy after you enjoy the retirement. They also enjoy this pool of money to help your children or even for your next generation as a good start. So I cannot remember who's my Akong well, because my grandfather never give me money lah. Okay, that's a joke aside. Of course, we like to do well. We want to have good retirement income, but at the same time, if this can leave behind for our loved ones, hit 2 birds with 1 stone. I mean, that would be very meaningful as well. Okay, so what are the key factors to retire ready, retire happy? Basically, 5 simple factors to retire happy, like what you just went through, to plan for retirement so that you have less worry. Do you have enough or regular paycheck? Let's say you want to retire at 60, 65 every month. Do you have a comprehensive investment portfolio that you can stay invested to grow your money, to make harder than work harder than normal inflation rate? Okay, and do you have a dollar cost averaging strategy that can combine with this lump sum investment, or either or, to help you grow your money? Rule of 72. So not everything put in, but I do advocate at least put 6 months or so of your rainy day money, so that anytime you can withdraw of your living costs. But that's not the place to help you grow money. Beyond that, make it work harder for you. Okay, based on your risk appetite, how long is your time horizon? You can plan accordingly. Earlier you start, you have less worry. Okay, and you can even have a combination of an investment portfolio that can grow potentially higher return, plus a guaranteed paycheck, so that every month you also have a paycheck. You can have a combination of both or either or, up to your risk appetite and your financial goal. Okay, so very simple to achieve financial independence. It's all about 2 things. Okay, the way I look at it, yeah, to achieve financial independence, it doesn't have to be rocket science. It can make things simple. Very importantly, what we just went through, good to grow your money so you have much more to enjoy in future for you and your loved one. On the other hand, not to forget, you are your most greatest assets. So also you need to protect the assets. Your greatest assets is not your house, it's not your car, but you yourself. As you can work for easily next 5 years, 10 years, or even 20 years, you can potentially earn 1 million or even more. What if you are not well in between? What if something prematurely happened? You can't work tomorrow or cannot survive. Worse still, what happened to your loved ones? So have you planned ahead? Do you have enough income protection to take care of your 5 to 10 years income? Just like why doctor recommends us to drink 8 glasses of water a day. Similarly, we need to have 5 years, 10 years of income protection. Whether we like it or not, it's always good to have a plan B. So it's just like a engine for a propeller jet. You have 2 engines. One is to give you the active income. One is to give you the passive income. Of course, every one of us like to work until 60s or even 70 and beyond, but you cannot work until 80, 90. Nobody is able to work until 100 years old. So in that sense, we have the other engine, which is passive income. Even when we stop work anytime, or even when we work at the lower income stream, we still have this passive income that gives us this regular income every month, and then we do not have to worry about future. Okay, so to achieve financial independence, it simply means that you can slow down, semi-retire, or enjoy full retirement if you wish to. If you still like to work, enjoy working, some may say, oh, okay, I don't want to retire. I don't want to watch TV every day or look at the stare at the ceiling doing nothing. Sure, absolutely. You can don't retire, you can still semi-retire. But what it means by financial independence, you have the choice, you have the option not to continue working. You can stop work without worry of your future finances. Where's the money coming? Where's the food coming to put on the table, you do not have to worry all this anymore by doing proper planning. So that's the definition of financial independence. You can semi-retire, enjoy your hobbies, see the world, holidays, or even take up a second career if you want to, but when the time comes, right? Okay, so how can I help you? Basically, very simple. I always help all my 800 over clients and beyond that, any of my friends or value clients that like to do well, to plan ahead. I can help them rise to financial independence. Basically, help them retire happy, to grow their income, create lifetime income, take care of their long-term care. So if they're sick, they do not have to worry of their medical bills. And kids' education, as mentioned, can cost a lot. So if you plan ahead, you need not borrow education loan, but grow your money rather at day one, rather than taking up loan when the time comes. Investment strategy to grow and create your wealth even while you're sleeping. Have a good portfolio investment using dollar cost averaging or some lump sum good portfolio or other alternative investment to grow your wealth. And secure income protection and life protection so that you do not have to worry. So I'm your plan B. I can be your plan B. When you're perfectly healthy, no worries, continue to work. But the day you can't work, not that you don't want to due to sickness, major illness, cancer, stroke, heart attack, can be any one of us, right? If that happens, when rubber meets the road, you do not have to worry where's the income coming from. You do not have to dig into your savings, write up your hard-earned money. All right. Okay. Estate planning. Of course, we want to preserve our wealth for our loved ones. And so by doing proper will, LPA trust, and the proper legacy planning, you can create more for your loved ones as well. So they can remember you for the rest of their life. Right. Okay. I come to the end of the session. Okay. If anybody, I just leave this slide for 60 seconds here. You can take a shot of this picture. Of course, I fully understand this last 60 minutes, I may not able to go through everything. I may not able to customize based exactly to your financial goal, what you have in mind, but I'm happy to build up over a short Zoom session to understand and customize a solution for you to help you all to achieve your financial goal so that you can achieve financial independence for lifetime financial success. Right. Okay. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please leave behind the Q&A. I'll try to answer as many as I can. Okay. Any question out there, guys? Yeah, just type in the Q&A. I shall answer to any of your questions. Right. Okay. So we have quite a silent crowd audience today. Not many questions. Okay. Okay, so some may ask, I mean, typically, okay, if I want to retire happy, if I don't want to rely on CPF, is that enough? Okay, so as mentioned, there's many options out there. CPF Life definitely is a good plan, but it's not the only plan, and that alone may not be sufficient. So definitely good to complement with the options given to you. What is suitable for you, we can custom make for you, right? Okay, so, okay. Yuan Ling asked a good question. We are already working hand to mouth how to have further planning from here. Okay, yeah, I can fully understand Yuan Ling. Yeah, okay, let's say totally the person has no savings or whatsoever. Okay, you can even start small. You can take a baby step. Okay, even like $3 a day, $100 a month. Probably somewhere you can look the first step number one, you can take a lot of budget. For us, we can help you review your cash flow, your budget. Is there any area can maximize your dollar and cents? Okay, maybe sometimes there are some unnecessary expenses, or sometimes even for some insurance premium, if some plan they are paying too much premium, but the benefit is very low, how we can maximize or help them to restructure their existing portfolio. If there's a better option out there, we can also recommend them. So from there, if let's say the person can start small, $3 a day, $100 a month, that can slowly grow to achieve much more for your retirement or your future savings. So you may not need to have a huge amount lazy money sitting in your bank. But anytime you can start small, slowly but surely. This at least can reduce the shortfall for your needs, for your retirement and your future income the day you stop work. So yeah, I mean, hope that answer your question. And also very importantly, good to cover yourself with a good medical bill, hospital plan, or very good take out a very good critical illness plan, so that if you fall sick ever, when you stop work, you don't have to worry all your hard-earned money will go to pay the doctor's bill. So someone will pay for your bill, someone will take care of your income. That will be the best rather than wipe out all your hard-earned savings. I hope that answer your question, Yuan Ning. Right. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Okay, let me see. What is the difference between, okay, another question from an attendee. What is the difference between fund managers and robo advisors? Which would you recommend? Okay, good question from this attendee. Right, okay. I wouldn't say which is right or wrong. Okay, so for most clients that I have, they still felt they good to have a professional advisors to walk along this journey, to hold their hand, to also update them. So I mean, robo advisor is great. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Just that if you prefer something to do your own, but you may not know who's managing for you, you may not have this personal touch. And at times, robot being robot after all, they are not human. So that's why even for doctors, hospital, or even for education industry, there's no robot can replace a doctor. No robot can replace a teacher. Nobody will dare to be under the knife by a robot. What if something goes wrong haywire with the robot? Who can we ask? Who can we ask for help? So similarly, if you like a second opinion from professional advisors, definitely we are here to help you, so that at least you are not putting all eggs into one basket. I mean, you can diversify, or some area if you felt you are more comfortable to have a professional advising you and recommending you to see what's your blind spot exactly. I don't think a robot advisor can answer all these questions if I'm the consumer or the investor. So that can be one area of consideration to have an alternative option. Hope that answer your question, these ladies and gentlemen here. Right. Okay. So basically, over the short Zoom chat session, okay, we are giving this complimentary session, especially for all our LTA guests here. Yeah, so that to thank you for the time, for investing your time with us today, so that we'll give you this complimentary consultation. See any area of your blind spot, any areas that we can help you. So it's never about selling product. You can judge for yourself. End of the day, it's more like to see where you are, helping to help you achieve where you want to be. Okay, so by even taking a baby step, it's still better by inertia or doing nothing in that sense, so that you can start growing, start protecting, start preserving your income and your wealth. Right. Okay. Any other question? Maybe last one or two questions before we call it a day. Okay. Most welcome, Yuan Ling. You're welcome, Liang Zhou. Hi. Hope you guys enjoy the session and take away something from it. Yes, me or my team will be happy to arrange even for a short session to answer all your other questions, to custom make, tailor make for your needs and your financial goal. More importantly, I'm very passionate to help people achieve financial independence. So it's never about selling products, but rather to help them to achieve financial independence, to enjoy much more in future. So that will be what I felt very satisfying. Okay. Most welcome. Yeah, Yuan Ning. Right. Okay. If there's no other questions, okay. I'll come to the end of this session. Okay. Once again, thank you very much, Julian, for having me and LTA to share this topic, interesting topic to everyone from LTA. Yeah. So I wish you all a very good afternoon, and stay blessed and stay safe and enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, take good care.